Yes, we are back now. Yes, we are back, I think, right?
Yeah, Bhushan
Yes,
is joining. Just a minute.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let him join and we'll wait for 2 minutes. Let others join too.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
धनशेट्टी सर सॉरी आपण परत अगोदर 10 मिनिटं अगोदर आलो नाही.
नाही काय हरकत नाही. तुझ्याकडे लाईट नव्हती म्हटलं ना. तू तिकडे कुठे लांब राहतोस का?
हो, वाघोली.
ओके ठीक आहे.
मुरलीधर म्हणून आपण 3-4 लोक तेवढ्यासाठीच हे केले की ऍटलीस्ट कोणीतरी 2-3 तरी जॉईन होऊ शकतील. हू विल हॅव ऑल द प्री चेक डन.
नाही आता इथून पुढे आपण तसंच करूया. लोकांना सांगूया की मध्ये मध्ये हे बंद होतं त्याचं कारण काय आहे. हा आणि
अब्रप्ट सेशन कनेक्ट डिस्कनेक्ट विल बी इन्फॉर्म्ड की आपण त्यांना सांगूया 40 मिनिट्स नंतर प्रिपेअर राहावं असं साधारण.
करेक्ट.
आय थिंक भूषण इज बॅक.
या थांबूयात का थोडा, कारण आता नंबर कमी झाला.
हो. तोपर्यंत तुझं ते स्क्रीन शेअर कर म्हणजे तोपर्यंत.
चालेल.
And you can start 1 minute back म्हणजे सेशनच्या ते म्हणजे एक जस्ट 1 point before it got disconnected. तिथं सुरू करू शकतो परत.
हॅलो. हा सर, आणखीन एक करता येतं की जे फर्स्ट 40 मिनिट्स असतात ना, ते स्पीकरला दिले ना, त्याच्यानंतर जेव्हा सेशन संपेल ना, त्याच्यानंतर डायरेक्ट Q&A सेशनच चालू करता येईल.
हो चालेल ना.
धनेश कसा आहेस तू गुजरात मध्ये? धनेश शेठ.
गुजरातचे सगळे शेट असतात बाबा.
बोलायलाच तयार नाही तो काही तिकडनं. हसतोय फक्त.
अरे सर, माझं जस्ट डिस्कनेक्ट झाला. सुरुवातीला तर ऐकूच चाललं नाही, पण आता
रेकॉर्डिंग शेअर करेल.
ओके चालेल ना,
चालेल सर. आता मोस्ट ऑफ
मी ऑडिओ रेकॉर्डिंग ट्राय करतो.
नाही, तुझ्या ऑडिओला प्रॉब्लेम आहे धनेश काहीतरी.
नाही, आता मी म्यूट केलंय त्याला. सगळ्यांनाच म्यूट केलं होतं.
ओके ठीक आहे.
मी फक्त आता भूषणला
करूयात का सुरू आपण? 22
येस
आता.
येस
थांबूयात.
नाही, करूयात 22 झालेत आता. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट.
ओके चालेल. Well, very important thing that what exactly how the global trends are growing is a very important thing when you are dealing in any kind of market. Can you see my screen? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
yes.
That's good. Okay, so it's very important that what are global trends and how we are matching with our global trends is very important in any kind of business, and that's something that we are lacking, I assume. Well, nowadays the global trends are going up. The natural products trends have been really increasing. For example, wherever you go, like no matter, like we are buying any kind of food product, or no matter how we're buying our fruits or vegetable on the street, we just ask them, like for example, I stay in Mumbai, but like still I ask them, are you just तुम्ही भाजी कुठून आणली, तुम्ही रस्त्यावर तर उगवलेली आहे का किंवा नाशिक मधून आणलेली आहे का नाही. म्हणजे these are something very important because everyone is looking forward to get the natural products. Is something a kind of the trend that is really growing across globe. Well, but more importantly, the wholesome nutrition is very important. everyone is looking. The consumer has become very what you say, educated. Maybe before a few years back, the consumer was illiterate to read the labels, because label has all the information. You can't blame anyone. They have all kind of information. I mean, it has an information of your carbohydrates, protein, fats, or the what you call vitamins or minerals. That is something very important. So nowadays the fortification things are really growing on any kind of food label. Perhaps I remember uh, Prince Madam, who taught us all wholesome nutrition. We had a chapter in biology, and I still remember her. The Prince sir as well. He was a we I think we are all students of them. And first time I learned that word from her. It's her, Prince ma'am. I still remember, because I'm from very kind of Marathi medium school, and that was something, a new word that I learned, and perhaps I'm carrying that word now as well. That's something great. Again, a nutrition label is very important. Then, but more important, no matter what you are adding, no matter how you are stretching up your nutrition in your food, the more important thing is that the label is the taste of food is very important. We have one more food technologist here, Sham Gambhire. He's also into the bakery ingredients, and he is into supplying of raw ingredients to the bakeries. Again, the taste is very important, but more importantly, no matter how.
थोडा ब्रेक हो रहा है, ऑडियो नहीं है. माइक जवळ घेता येईल का?
Okay.
माइक माइक थोडं जवळ घेता येईल का? माइक व्हॉइस ब्रेक होतो खूप.
Okay. But more importantly, the certification regulation is very important in any kind of food industry or any kind of allied sector, because people have stopped watching many other things, label or any kind of test or anything, but people do stress on the certifications and regulations, perhaps HACCP or FSSI or ISO or any other US FDA certification or EU certifications or kind of uh, the British BRC certification. Some of you might have seen on your food products. Perhaps you just go and grab any kind of biscuit pack or tea pack and just tilt it and see how the regulations look like. The more the regulation it has, the more your product is good in the quality. So it's very important to explore the quality of any kind of your food. So everyone is looking forward the kind of labels onto, or the regulations or the nutrition things onto your food. As far as India concerned, India ranks in second in the fruits and vegetable sector. We contribute around 1% of vegetable market to the world. Again, it is very important that we have either a number of vegetables where we stand second and third, but ginger and okra are the vegetables where we rank number one in the globe. Again, the banana, papaya, and mangoes are the fruits from India, and we rank number one in those fruits. For example, banana is number one commodity that Maharashtra has been contributing to the globe. I'm not saying to the India or to any part of world. Let me put it in a very prompt way. If perhaps you must be knowing that Jalgaon is one of the superior district in production of banana. If Jalgaon would have been a separate nation, then it would have been a sixth largest nation in the world to produce banana. I mean, these are very small things, but these are very important things from the global point of view here. Again, the papaya is very important. It goes into pharmaceutical industries, in fruit industry as well, in many kind of food industries as well. And the papaya is basically known for its vitamins, and there are many things, but banana and papaya they are considered to be one of the great bases into the puree sector or the juice sector, so they are very good. The mangoes, of course, I need not say, but mangoes, the Alfonso variety is very enriching the land where we come from, of course, the Maharashtra. And it is more demanding, and the Alfonso mangoes are very expensive. The animal product market is very important to the India, and of course, India is very largest supplier of the buffalo meat to the globe. We have been exporting around 88.53% of buffalo meat to the globe, and it's very important. If I just go from down to up, then we contribute around 25% of fresh goat milk to the globe. This is a very huge number, to be honest. And uh, why I'm emphasizing on this particular number of fresh goat milk? For example, if you see farmer status, there is always a status or categories of farmers in India, and if you look onto the farmers' living standard, then rich farmers in India have the buffaloes. The middle or the kind of some kind of middle class farmers, they have the cows. But nowadays, I think, like all the cows number, the cow number have been increasing because of the Baba guys. Anyways, so like or the like every alternate farmer in India, they have a kind of goats. Maybe it's Rajasthan or Maharashtra or the Kanyakumari, or maybe it's a Kashmir, or they have kind of milching small animals. And that's why we contribute around 27% of fresh goat milk to the world, and it's a really huge quantity. Again, India accounts for 5% of the egg share to the globe. The more importantly, again, this is very important how the egg is very good into the fruit sector, or we are using egg into bakery sector, or any more infant foods, or the pharmaceutical industry as well. The dairy sector is very important because we are contributing around 17.64% of milk to the globe, and we are not contributing it. But the more importantly, like I believe there's kind of religious importance to the cows in India, and maybe perhaps I assume that's why our dairy sector is very much prominent in the globe. The cereal industry, the pulse industry is very important in India. We are the largest producer of cereals, as well as the largest exporter of cereal products in the globe. We are the only one. I mean, we are biggest supplier of cereal products to even to the countries like Pakistan as well. So it's very important for us that we are largest producer of and the supplier of cereal products to the globe. But more importantly, the India is known for its basmati. Not India, but whole South Asia is known for its rice products, and basmati is one of the enriching and one of the good cash crop. It's a kind of cash crop, I would say, and it pays more to the farmers. Yes, and it's a very good variety that we are supplying to the globe. Again, pulse sector is very important. We have been contributing around 20. I mean, by geographically, we have been growing pulse in very large sector of this world, but the productivity is still less. India is known for its vegetarian market. Well, I think a year back or 2-3 years back, there was kind of scarcity of pulses in India, and we had to import pulses from Africa. So though we are number one in pulse industry, but we still import pulses from African countries, and that's very important for us. That means we are lacking into the production, I would say. Tea sector is very important for India because we are the largest producers of tea in the world. I mean, we rank second in the tea after China, of course, after China. But more importantly, there are a lot many opportunities in the tea sector as well. Well, I mean, well, there not a lot many tea chains have been really growing. So there is a lot of scope in the tea sector as well. Nowadays, people have started adding different kind of exotic fruits and vegetables and their essences into the tea leaves, and this is really a good sector, and everyone in India start not in India but major part of the world start their day with tea or coffee, and tea is very much growing, and this particular business would be really good from the Indian or the money point of view if you're looking forward to invest in the tea sector. Again, coffee sector is very good sector. India ranks second, and of course the Karnataka contributes around 85% of coffee to the India, and of course this is very huge. There are a lot many spices, but I have named very few here. The chili, turmeric, or onion, or black pepper, or garlic, cumin, or mint, tamarind. Where we number one, where we rank number one in this kind of spices, and spice industry is really growing because uh, of course British ruled and here in India, and spice was one of the more important reason because they started their business by trading our Indian spices as well. The black gold, what we call the black pepper, was very important commodity, and that commodity has been really uh, cash paying to the farmers. And of course, it's a very good. The Indian chilies are very important. The turmeric is very important. The curcumin. I mean, yes, we have been consuming turmeric since ages, but curcumin is very important component into the uh, turmeric, and that particular component is very good and healthy and immunity boosters. And like that nowadays, like if someone from the West discover, like they put n number of synonyms behind that product. So yes, that's really good. But nowadays, like it's very it's really astounding to find that we get turmeric lattes and into the cafes and many other things. So yes, but we never realized before down the years, 5 6 years back or something like that, I never thought that turmeric would get this kind of attention from the globe that it is getting. So it's very good. Even the cumin, mint and tamarind, this is really good market from the Middle East point of view. Well, it's very important to note that like what exactly, and we are contributing, how the food industry is playing its imperative role into the India sector, into the India's GDP, into the export sector. The average annual growth rate of last 5 years, according to the Ministry of Food Processing Industries. Let me point out here that the Ministry of the MOFPI, Ministry of Food Processing Industry, is one of the prominent body for the food processing industries in India, and I'm really fortunate that I served that particular department for the Maharashtra state. And I was assigned to sanction all kind of projects for the Maharashtra state. And yes, the contribution or the export rate growth in the last 5 years is around remarkable, because the avenues for the export has increased nowadays, and we have been contributing, or the India has been supplying around 21.5% of its products. So it is really very good for our fragile economy. I would say it's still fragile because the, 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 the processing that we should be doing, we don't do that much of processing. Our processing is below 10% when we compare our whole produce from the corners of India. More importantly, globally, more than 72% of sale occur through superstores. Nowadays, we can see DMart or Reliance or Tesco's, or even Tata's open their supermarkets. And it's very important for us to note that Indian food grocery market ranks fourth in the world. So it's very important, and perhaps I'm scared, after a few years, maybe after 10 years or 20 years, it is very difficult to imagine, but the kiranas and the small shops might, we might not see those shops. That's also very important to note. Well, it is very important to point out here what exactly opportunities we have in our food industry sector, and perhaps we all are here to know. Uh, this is a sketch of entire food industry sector of India, and at this moment we can see opportunities into the service sector. Everyone is sitting at home, including me. Yes, the food industry sector, perhaps the kind of everyone is eating a lot, sleeping, watching TV, and maybe if they get some time, they are working. So everyone is doing this. Everyone is passing their day in pandemic time. So yes, the savory market sector, the snack sector is very good sector from uh, the investment point of view for the investors in India. Well, I would like to take you back how we used to spend the days before, maybe 20 years back or 10 years back, and or when we used to have snacks. Perhaps we had snacks only on our festivals or any important days. But nowadays, if you think of snack, we are having snacks along with our breakfast, we are having snacks along with our lunch, we are having snacks along with our dinners. Even there is snack at 4 o'clock, that is our tea time. And even few companies, they have launched their snacks after dinner, that is the after dinner, or the time, the duration or the tenure that we have between our dinner to sleeping time. So what kind of snacks that we should be consuming? I mean, few companies have launched those products as well. So snack product is very important, and that has shown good kind of number growth in India nowadays. Second thing, the healthy beverages is very important sector. The natural beverages are really growing in India. People are really trending towards consumption of healthy beverages, and everyone is looking forward to get any kind of healthy beverages. So this is also very important sector. The breakfast cereal is very important in India because the population is very big asset here. We have a huge population. Of course, we know that we are second largest population in the world, but more than that, how we are consuming our food is very important. Well, I would like to give you one more example here in the breakfast cereal. If I take you back, like we had only, I don't know to, I don't endorse any brand, but uh, we had a kind of, there's one brand known as Kellogg's, and they launched their products only for the kids a few years back. And when they started grabbing market, they just when they started getting hold on the market here. नो म्हणजे बेसिकली मराठीत सांगायचं झालं तर केलॉग्स म्हणजे काय आहे, बेसिकली मक्याचे दाणेच भाजलेले, बेसिकली जस्ट एक्सट्रूड केलेले मक्याचे दाणे. आणि बेसिकली इंडियामध्ये मला तरी वाटत नाही हे कोणी खाणं शक्य आहे. जेव्हा आले ते इंडिया मार्केटमध्ये, नो वन, म्हणजे कुणालाच एकदम ते खाण्याच्या तयारीतच नव्हतं इथे बेसिकली कोणी, की म्हणजे अरे मका कोण खाणार आहे, मका, तो पण ब्रेकफास्टला, नाश्त्याला आपण कोणी खाणारच नाहीयेत. पण like they just started the advertising. They had really good advertising team or branding team. They started grabbing hold on Indian schools. They started free distribution of their product into the school, and that's how they started grabbing the market. And then when the kids started getting those produce, I mean the Kellogg's product, then they started they started the attention on the kids' mom. Perhaps you must have heard, or the special Kellogg, if you may have heard that they launched the former Miss World, the Lara Datta, and like she started endorsing Kellogg's brand for especially for the ladies. So perhaps if you look, if kids are having their breakfast uh, with Kellogg's, and if mom is having their breakfast with Kellogg's, father has no option, but they need to eat Kellogg's. So yes, the breakfast cereal is very good market from the population point of view, because everyone is looking forward to have their meals. Confectionery is very important sector in India as well, but the Indian confectionery sector is very different. We still consume milk-based confectionaries. We don't consume different kind of. We don't have much variation in our confectionaries, but still, uh, for any other occasion, we just eat a lot of milk confectionery. So nowadays, many companies are coming with their laddus and the kind of mithais or kaju katlis uh, into the packaged food, and so confectionery sector is also very important. The organic sector is very important from the India point of view. I'll just explain you within few minutes on that. Ready to meals is very important sector. I mean, perhaps like you might go to any restaurant here in India, and what customer want, they want their meals maybe within 8 to 10 minutes. If you just go and order any kind of meal or any kind of food into the restaurant, we need to get any kind of meals on our table between 8 to 10 minutes. Otherwise it's very late, and like customer might not turn into that restaurant again. So the kind of tomato paste or cashew paste, or there are different kind of the curry formats, or the rice formats. The nowadays the paratha formats are really growing, and ready to eat meals are very important. So now even restaurant people are just they are just heating up their food, or they heating up their products, and just they are serving to the clients, and that's something very important. Or maybe importantly, we need to flashback on very important Indian brands like McDonald's. There are few more brands like Goli Vada Pav or something. There are few similar brands in India as well. They are still developing, and this development they might take a lot of years. But now they are just heating up their products, and they are distributing to people. So it's very good for us. The bakery products is very important, and it's one of the trending market here. Everyone is looking, or not everyone, but majority of population have bread into their breakfast. People still prefer the kinds of biscuits. They still prefer kind of cookies or naan katais that we had in our school. So it's a mandate. Or I miss the jam biscuit from our school. So it's very important product. So bakery is very important product from Indian point of view. And of course dairy is very important investment sector to explore the opportunities for the investors in India. In dairy sector in particular, there are so many varieties. I mean, nowadays, like we have full fat milk, full fat milk, or half fat milk, or is again milk or not, but we still get half liter or 1 liter of milk every day at our home, because it's something very important. We don't get milk in a tea format or coffee format or any other format. So dairy market is very important sector for India from the investment point of view. Again, moving towards next sector, then ingredient sector is very important. It is very important from the investment point of view as well, because there are a lot many ingredients where they are very good uh, from the cash point of view. At the initially I started my session with kind of moringa, but more than moringa, nowadays there are n number of ingredients. Maybe we need to go to the Baba categories to explore more these ingredients. Again, there are a lot many spices that we have been really growing, and this is something that this is our sole category that India can contribute or serve to the world, because India India is the only country that is major supplier of spices to the different kind of uh, world, I would say. Maybe it's a chili, or maybe it's turmeric, or maybe it's a black pepper, or methi, or palak, or I'm just putting kasuri methi, what you call, that's used as an ingredient, or even palak is used as an ingredient, or beets or something. We stand very prominent in this particular produce, and it's very important how we are supplying to these countries. Maybe, like if you look at the categorically, Italian food is considered to be one of the most uh, consumed food in the globe, and yes, it is consumed in the pizza format or other formats, but still, when it's come to the spices, India is largest supplier of the pizza spices to the globe. And secondly, what you see uh, the tomato puree based on every pizza in the globe, no matter where it's east or west, or it's a uh, be it Middle East or any kind in any part of the world. India is largest supplier of tomato. Uh, India produces and manufactures large scale of tomato. The purees, the tomato juice, the tomato paste is the largest uh, processed commodities that we have been recently doing, and there's I mean, the Maharashtra government is also looking forward to invest um, in those projects, and I was really fortunate that I was part of that project when Maharashtra government started exploring these opportunities for this investment things. It's a very important, perhaps important slide of my presentation, and it says that how is our organic market, how we are doing in our organic sector, because nowadays the organic sector has been really increasing. More importantly, how we are contributing to the globe is also important, because everyone is looking forward to get specifications or regulations for their food produce. So India ranks #2 in the world in the organic sector. Let me again put in other language that even few northeastern states have been proven, or the United Nations declared them as a full organic states. So it's just really good, because when any international body stamps on your country, it's a very good recognition for our country. So again, the Russia is also doing good. Then there's Spain, Italy. They are also very good country. But like when you contribute, I mean, the organic sector, the economy automatically increases. So it's very important. And yes, if you are looking forward to invest in any kind of sector in India, I mean, this is how the project management starts, or this is how we need to work on the project management. The To explore the opportunities in the food sector, of course, firstly we need to identify the potential concept of product, and that's how we have done so far. I mean, in this limited time, the identification of product is very important. More than that, it's very important. Secondly, how the preparation of business plan is very important. Third thing goes, the market research is very important. Then the land location identification, then the project layout, then commissioning, then the trials do start, and then again the product that the product is being launched, and this is how the food industry works. Well, this is how uh, food industry works across globe. Well, I can see that we are running out of time and we might, like we need to stop. So maybe you should unmute the mic and maybe we should quickly take back the questions if anyone has, and we perhaps we should. I'm ready
Yeah.
to take few more sessions as a plan. I'll be taking few more sessions on starting of food processing industry or import and export opportunities or so on. So thank you so
Bhushan
much.
sir, I have one question. You said bakery items are good for consumption. That's one thing that you said. Another you said about the export of India. The meat is the largest from India perspective. So first question is like, is it really good to consume bakery products?
Everything is good to consume in limited quantity. Everything is good. Everything is good. I mean, because everything has, like if you just turn back your food packets, it has written on it the number of calories or proteins or fats or carbohydrates or vitamins and minerals. So every packet has how we should be consuming and what parts we should be consuming. Everything is written on every product.
भूषण मला एक प्रश्न आहे. भूषण,
प्लीज.
जनरली बेकरी प्रोडक्ट किंवा फास्ट फूड हे सगळे जंक फूड म्हणून ट्रीट केले जातात. तर डज इट ऑल्सो हॅव सम व्हॅल्यू रिअल टू टेक? बरेचसे लोक जंक फूड कडे किंवा फास्ट फूड कडे जातात. तर व्हॉट इज युअर से ऑन दॅट?
Everything is good, sir. Everything is good. For example, आता मला एक खूप एक 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 टोकाला जाऊन एक ब्लंटली उत्तर पण द्यायचे, कारण ते एक USA गव्हर्नमेंटनी सध्या की नाही हाशिश वगैरे मार्जुएना वगैरे हे ड्रग्स आहेत, त्या ड्रग्सला परवानगी दिली US FDA ने जनरल लोकांना घेण्यासाठी. So everything is good when you are consuming in particular quantity. For example, we say that alcohol may not be good for our health, but it has also good things in it. When you are taking that product in particular quantity, I assume everything is good.
बरं, याच प्रश्नामध्ये अजून एक होता, व्हेज आणि नॉन व्हेज. जनरली हा एक मोठा टॉपिक असतो डिस्कशन मध्ये बऱ्याच वेळा, फूड व्हेन इट कम्स टू फूड.
मला वाटतं व्हेज आणि नॉन व्हेज दिस कुड बी रिअली बिग थिंग, बट सगळ्याच ठीक आहेत मला असं वाटतं. कारण मला तरी वाटत नाही की कोणताही ऑलिम्पिक प्लेअर असेल तो म्हणजे व्हेज खाऊन, म्हणजे भाजी आणि फळं खाऊन माझ्या तरी बघण्यात एक पण नाही की त्यांनी ऑलिम्पिक रेसेस वगैरे जिंकलेला आहे.
दॅट इज अ टू एपेक्स एक्झाम्पल.
म्हणजे म्हणण्यासारख्या गोष्टी आहेत. इफ यू आर अ स्पोर्ट्समन और इफ यू आर इनटू एनी काइंड ऑफ फील्ड, देन यू नीड टू हॅव. ऑफकोर्स आपलं कन्झम्पशन खूप कमी आहे. जेव्हा आपण USA कडे बघतो, त्यांचं पर अॅन्युअल कन्झम्पशन एका पर हेड कन्झम्पशन आहे मीठ जवळपास 112 किलो आहे, आणि भारताचं आपण बघतो ते फक्त 5 किलोच आहे. ते खूप कमी आहे. मी का नाही त्या चॅटच्या झूम चॅट ग्रुप मध्ये माझा फोन नंबर दिला. बहुतेक आपण प्रश्न घेऊ शकणार नाही, त्यामुळे तुम्ही चॅटवर क्लिक केलं की माझे डिटेल्स येतील. माझा फोन नंबर आणि वेबसाईट आहे माझी.
Thanks a lot, Bhushan, and it was pleasure having you on this forum. Okay, so it was very helpful, and we will have more number of sessions, okay, from this your industry, so that like say most of the queries of Ajinkyans would be fulfilled, and they can think of like say investing something into this industry.
श्याम पण आहे फूड टेक्नॉलॉजी. श्याम also can contribute, I think.
सर भूषण सर, एक क्वेश्चन अजून आहे काय? भूषण सर अहमदाबादवर ना, तुम्ही मध्ये टर्मरिक ऍड केलं ऍज अ कॉम्पोनंट. टर्मरिक मधला एक कॉम्पोनंट आहे कर्क्युमिन. हा, त्याची काय आयडिया आहे की इट इज मोस्ट ऑफ द डिमांडिंग